So, what do you think of the Balls from Ellwood show?
You think I'm gay? You think I'm a gay little boy, huh? You think I'm a gay little boy who likes daddy, huh? You think I like men?
So, what do you think of the Balls from Ellwood show?
I beg your pardon?
So, what do you think of the Balls from Ellwood show?
Sorry, what?
Balls.
Your microphone's not even plugged in.
So, what do you think of the Balls from Ellwood show?
Are you kidding me?
My entire household loves Balls from Ellwood show.
Balls from Ellwood. It's a good show. Come watch it with me under the sheets. Put a piece of you inside of me, and we can make it last all night long. Don't be afraid to go all the way. Let me take your virginity. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Hey now, this is Balls from the Future. Always remember, if you point at somebody, the wife wakes you up by spreading her ash streak. So remember to hit him with Howard Stern's penis.
Love mommy.
You know, I hope there's always three fingers. I just want to wish you a very happy birthday, Balls. You should always. You should always not focus on fighting the past, but always remember Howard Stern's penis. To you all, and peace and love. Peace and love.
Hey guys, it's Anthony Michael Hall, and you're listening to the Balls from Ellwood show. Don't miss that. Don't touch that dial. Evil dies tonight.
Hey now, cats, we're back again this week on the Balls from Ellwood show, and we got all kinds of stuff to talk about. It's been a minute, but we're ready to talk to you. We're ready to tell you some stuff. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Xtina, what do you think?
I think we should tell you some stuff. That sounds good.
You might be asking yourself, where have we been? Well, the answer is simple. We've been running around doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So we actually just got back not too long ago from Monster Mania in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I was telling you on the last show that we were going. We got to meet Dexter, the cast of Dexter.
Pretty much the whole cast of Dexter, the main players. It was amazing. It was so great. We met Anthony Michael Hall.
Super nice guy.
Really nice. Who else?
Oh, Barbara Crampton.
Right.
I get to meet Jeffrey Combs. Dana DiLorenzo and Ray Santiago we got to meet. Well, it was, but yeah, I gotta say, it was a really well-run convention.
Absolutely.
As conventions go, it was there was a ton of incredible stuff. I came home with all kinds of amazing stuff. I got comics, I got doll babies, I got all kinds of great things. I got Blu-rays. It was great.
I got earrings of Jason and little Sam from Trick or Treat. It's amazing. But yeah, they had really great vendors. They were very reasonably priced. It wasn't outrageous like maybe Horror Hound, I think, was a little more pricey, I would say. But yeah, I feel like it was pretty reasonable. The venue where they held it at was laid out well. The only, I guess, complaint is parking, but I mean, there's really not much you can do about that. No matter, even if they moved the venue and there was still a ton of parking, you're still going to be walking far regardless, because it's just that many people go to this thing, you know? I mean, we just went from Pittsburgh to, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, about a 6.5-hour drive. I mean, people I had seen online were flying from Alaska.
All over the world.
Yeah, because this was like the first time that Michael C. Hall from Dexter had ever done a con. In fact, I think it was the only... Well, no, Jennifer Carpenter's done some before, right?
Here and there, but
But the fact that they were all there, all together, like if you're a Dexter fan, I mean, it had, you know, Angel Batista, we had Masuka, we had, you know, Dexter himself, his sister, we had Dokes. You know, like, it was amazing. It was so crazy. But, yeah, you don't get to talk to them much. I mean, you're doing a photo op. They run it pretty quick. But I did turn around at one point because I wanted to, like, make sure that I, like, took a moment and took it in and saw that they were standing right there. And Michael C. Hall gave me the old, if you've seen the new Dexter, what is that called? The
New Blood.
New Blood. He gave me the Jim Lindsay wave. I was like, all right, hey.
That makes me laugh every time you tell that story because I can picture it. But
so
yeah, good time was had by all. We had a great time. Other than that, we actually seen a couple movies. You know, I actually have, before we even get into the movies this week, I have some incredible news. Balls has for years hankered for Ecto Cooler from his childhood. They brought it out a little bit whenever they brought the shitty reboot of Ghostbusters out. And then they actually, Hi-C, if you were lucky enough to tweet them, and they chose your tweet, they would send you a bottle when Afterlife came out. But I've always wanted to relive Ecto Cooler from my childhood. I found a recipe, copycat recipe, which most of the time when you do them copycat things, they don't taste anything like what you're trying to copy. But
right.
I have to say, cats, I cracked the Da Vinci Code. It's almost identical. So if you would like to learn how to make your own Ecto Cooler, and coincidentally my clock's going off, which makes this even better.
Just gonna say that if you hear in the background.
And that wasn't planned, I promise. But I mean,
every
yes,
hour the Ghostbuster clock goes off and plays the "Who You Gonna Call?"
Rather than go to Raise Occult Books and get some Ecto Cooler, I'm going to show you how to make some yourself. And here's what you're going to need, cats. You're going to need Juicy Juice, but it's the actual orange tangerine version.
It specifically has to be orange tangerine.
And if you notice, I already did this bottle because it looks like Slimer. So what you do is you get one of these. We found it at what, Walmart?
Yeah, Walmart. It was like $3.50.
You're going to put in 4 tablespoons of sugar, or to your taste if you like it a little sweeter, but 4 seems to be about what it was like back in the 80s or 90s. 4 drops of green food coloring, and you're going to shake the piss out of it. And guess what? It's identical.
That's amazing.
There you go, cats. I just showed you how to make some Ecto Cooler.
Recipes with balls. Who knew? Who knew?
And I got to say,
there it is.
Cheers.
Ta-da!
Now on to the important stuff here. Xtina, before we get to your depravity, we've seen a couple films.
We sure
I'm
have.
going to get the bad out of the way quick because I don't really want to talk about it that much, because I've read, and it just goes to show you, when you read reviews online, you see things in my nerd books. Sometimes I wonder if they
Get
there's
paid
payola,
to say, yes,
like where they
sure.
say, "Oh,
100% they do."
I think it's because I've read several reviews that this was like a decent kind of throwback of slashers, and it's called Student Body. And here's my biggest complaint, and it's funny because I always think I have like an inner monologue going in my head, and a lot of times she'll be sitting there, if not watching, she'll be half paying attention.
Yeah.
I'm sure she heard me bitch through this whole movie. This movie is about 85 minutes long. Mm-hmm. And in a slasher movie, I'm assuming that maybe there should be a slasher, and the slasher kills people, you would think?
You would think.
I wait 15 minutes. I don't care. You need to establish a plot line. Sure. 20 minutes. No killer.
30.
No slasher.
40.
No dead bodies.
50.
At the hour mark, I'm like, are you fucking serious?
No kills. None.
None yet. And I'm like...
And not only that, I mean, come on. I mean, okay, some slasher films, you don't expect like a A+ storyline, but this was like...
There was all blah blah blah
Just
blah 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 blah.
Nobody
blah,
knew
blah.
what was. There was really nothing going on.
And they thought like this story was like the most interesting thing in the world. Here, I just want to in a slasher. I just want to see somebody at least in a cool mask or a costume, or at least some big hulking motherfucker kill people in creative ways. That's
Right.
what it should be about, or for a reason, you know. But
Right.
like,
Nothing.
and I don't want to be a total dickhead because like I love Kevin Smith and. You know, Harley Quinn Smith has never did nothing personally to me. I think she's cool, but I think he should have.
She might need to go back to school or something.
I think you know Kevin should have maybe.
Acting isn't her forte.
Yeah,
I
I think
say.
Kevin and Smith maybe should have forked some money over for some acting lessons before. I mean, granted, I could see if you're going into a fucking Z grade slasher going, I don't need acting lessons, but. Really, you kind of do.
You kind of need a little something, you know.
I mean, she seems nice enough, and I feel bad even saying it because I hate to knock on people that I think don't seem like a
cool,
bitch
but-
or nothing. But
Right.
yeah.
I mean, just because your dad's a director and an actor doesn't make you automatically good at it, and that's fine. That's okay.
She was fine in that last Kevin Smith Jay and Silent Bob movie, but even though that, I mean, I don't even talk about that. Even that was kind of bad.
Right.
And really, what did you have to do?
And I mean, it could be to the writing, the dialogue, the directing.
I think
mean,
it has a lot.
A lot
to do
goes
with it,
into
so
that too.
I
but
hate to bag on her because maybe
Right.
it really wasn't her fault, and she's
Right.
doing the best with what's provided. You got
true.
But meh, I don't think that was
Just
a
the
good.
whole thing was a hot mess.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So enough about that. Don't waste your time on student body cats. It's terrible. So, but speaking of throwbacks, but let's talk about a throwback that is done completely and 100% the way it should be. The drive-in way. It is exactly how I want to share my thoughts, and Xtina wants to talk about. I've been looking forward to. I've been a Ty West fan since The Roost, his very first film. I've loved pretty much everything this guy's done. Never would I thought I'd see the day where a Ty West film is playing in a mainstream theater, especially one that is so incredibly just like a grindhouse film.
Right.
The shit that they got away with in this movie blows my mind.
The movie's called X, and the fact that it wasn't rated X is pretty amazing, actually.
I am so I mean, normally the MPAA would have a field day with things. I don't know how this happened, but
Right.
it's that rare cinematic moment that I am so fucking glad that I just forced myself to get the fuck out there and make sure I seen it before anybody to ruin it for me, because this Cats, I think, is going to be my pick of the year. Like, I don't think I'm going to see something that even comes close to giving me the feelings that I had with this movie. It gave me that feeling like I'm seeing a grindhouse film, like a gritty, like something that I'm not almost supposed to be seeing in a theater. Like I mean,
right, for sure.
And it doesn't back off. It doesn't pussy out ever. It is exactly his vision and what you see on his vision to the screen. Oh, I can't even rave enough about it.
I mean, it's a slow burn kind of at the beginning, but it's done in a way that it has to be that way, because you do need the character development, because it's almost like two stories are going on at once. I mean, not to give away spoilers, but to give you an idea, the story is about this like young group of folks who go to this I guess
farmhouse.
like a farmhouse, right, to film a porno. They rent this guest house on the farm where these old folks live, and you know, the old folks don't know what they're doing there. In fact, they just thought it was like the one guy staying, and he brought like 6 people with him. But they, you know, it's almost like two separate things are going on. Like, you're watching them take their like movie making semi-seriously because they want to become big stars. You know, the movie director wants to become a big director. The actresses want to become big actresses. You know, the whole thing, and they have these big dreams, and you know, and they come in like that, and so you're kind of getting into that, and then you know, you see this creepy, and I mean creepy, elderly couple. You know, the man kind of warns them, like, don't come around my house because my wife isn't well. I mean, I guess she maybe had a little dementia going on there. I mean, it's hard to say, but, you know, she, Yeah, she has some issues, we'll say. And no, I don't want to give much away any more than that, but it's definitely, I think it's unique in a lot of ways.
So do I.
You know, there's because I mean, from the kills to the killer to the, you know, I just think it's very unique.
I love the way it's filmed too. Like he's always visually amazing. Like from the very first shot, I can picture in my mind the very first shot. And a lot of times when I watch movies, I won't remember much about other than I liked it. You know, but I can remember the beginning. I can remember. It sticks with you. Like that's all I'm trying to say. It's very haunting, very unnerving.
Yeah, that's a good word. Yeah.
There's
a scene you will never forget. It will be scorched into your eyeballs forever.
Great kills, great effects. I have to say, man, like if you want a complete genre picture, this is what you're looking for. I swear this is going to be my best pick of horror film of this year. I don't think I'm going to see nothing that's any better. Ty West, you always give me what I'm looking for. I love you, and I think it's great that people are now finally going to, whenever I go, hey, I love Ty West, they're not going to go, who?
Yeah, I've never heard of him. I mean, Balls tells me all this stuff, and he's like, we're going to see this movie, and I'm just like, meh, sounds interesting enough, I'll check it out. But so my expectation level was kind of like, meh.
You went in pretty much blind whatsoever.
Oh, I had no idea.
Which is kind of good that way.
Woo! Yeah, it was really great. Really great. Highly recommend it. And in reading commentary online, I see everybody going, ooh, A24, they always put out a good movie. Is that the production company?
They usually do. Everything from A24 has been pretty good. So, and if you're a complete pervo, what's her name from? What was her name? She was on Guiding Light. What's her name?
Oh gosh, Brittany Snow.
Brittany Snow busts out those titties. It's on Mr. Skin. But I would recommend seeing the film.
Just see the film.
And I mean Jenna Ortega.
Jenna Ortega.
Jenna? Is it Jenna?
Yeah, she was from.
It's hard to believe she was from
a Disney show. Yeah, what's the one where she was the girl in the closet? They had like 7 kids, and the mom would hide in the closet from the kids. I can't remember. Anyway,
between Scream, this, and she's going to be. I just heard Wednesday Addams, and the Tim Burton and Netflix produced. What is it? Addams Family show.
Yeah. She's like the new Scream Queen.
She's going to be that's what I'm saying. I think she's
so crazy.
From Disney to shaping up to be one of the new Scream Queens. And
Stuck in the Middle. That was the name of that show.
I am a Jenna Ortega fan.
There you go.
Now.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm maybe not so much in the Disney years, but definitely now. Balls likes Jenna Ortega. So.
All right.
Okay.
And she's super cute. Yeah, pretty cute.
Yeah, she's pretty cute.
She did not show her titties, and I was kind of happy about that. I feel like it's a little wrong of Disney's people, even though you go on to do other things, they still get a ton of shit if they look even remotely scantily clad.
I wouldn't worry about any Disney actors showing their titties. You know what I'd worry about? All the horrible shit that Disney does. Like human trafficking, sex trafficking.
Yeah, they have bigger issues.
They got a lot more to worry about. Treating gay people like shit. Yeah. That's what I would worry about.
Well, they aren't. Florida was. That's what that was all about. They love gay people. So, I don't know.
I could, you know my feelings about Disney.
Yeah.
I could go on all day.
Right.
But anyway. All we're trying to say is Jenna Ortega. Yay.
Yay.
But that being said, I think that's really all I have. Do you, I gotta say, it's been a long time since Balls has heard some Depravity.
Well.
Do you think you can help me out?
No, I'm sure I can. This is a little different, though. I mean, it's not really depravity in the sense of someone causing harm to someone. Well, maybe it is. I don't know how to frame this, but there's these sisters from Arizona, and they decided that they didn't want to be alive anymore. And I did tell him this, so he's kind of aware of this.
I'd actually seen it in the news, yeah.
Right. So, but it's so crazy that I feel like I have to talk about it. So they decided that I don't know if you're allowed to say. See, sometimes if you say the word suicide, they flag you. You're supposed to say unalive yourself, which sounds so ridiculous. People will put that on Facebook now in comments. Did they unalive themselves so that it doesn't get flagged and you don't get, marked off of Facebook or put in Facebook jail or something. So it's so
I
crazy.
loved myself.
Yeah. Well, anyway, these ladies unalived themselves. Yeah, we have a visitor. Hi. Would you like
What
to?
do you think of this depravity? Izzy?
Yeah. Would you like to be on the show? This is our guest star, Izzy.
What do you think?
Izzy Aloysius. Would you like to tell them? Anyway, so these ladies, they went to this facility in Switzerland, which apparently helped them kill themselves.
So it was like Kevorkian.
Kinda, but here's the difference. And this is what kind of makes it even worse. They will, Kevorkian was kind of like, in a weird way, doing good because he was unaliving those who weren't really
Assisting
living.
people that were in
Yes,
pain.
I mean, they were in severe pain. They were barely holding on. They were mostly in vegetative states. I mean, really horrible situations.
So what you're telling me, there was nothing wrong
There
with
was
these
nothing
people
wrong with these
whatsoever.
women. In fact, one was a doctor, one was a nurse. I mean, and they were sisters. They were 40. One was 54 and the other 49. Perfectly healthy women. I guess I'm going to make an assumption that they just couldn't take life anymore because of maybe the whole COVID thing. I know a lot of people in the, nursing and healthcare industry that's just like practically looking to get out of it now because they just are so just mentally spent from the whole COVID debacle. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna, I guess, try to judge too hard, but the part that kills me is they planned this for more than a year. I guess they were supposed to go in the fall of 2021, but COVID delayed that. And they paid literally $11,000 each to this, I don't know what you call it, an assisted suicide clinic. And they do a mental health evaluation on them, which I found that interesting. They have rooms that have white walls and elegant furniture, and you can choose between an intravenous drip or a lethal drink. What would you choose?
If I was gonna check out, probably an intravenous drip.
Yeah, I don't know.
That seems like it'd be a little less. A drink, you're kind of.
Yeah, you're like, well, you're putting poison in yourself either way.
You'd be like,
I
hey,
guess,
this
right?
tastes like. Bleh.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Like, I feel like that would make
the
you
drip
sicker.
would be like. I would see me kind of fade away with the drip,
Right.
but the drink is kind of instantaneous. And
Yeah, the women, Lila Amori, she was the doctor, Dr. Lila, and her sister, Susan Fraser, they flew to Basel, Switzerland in February, and they died on February 11th. They didn't know, I mean, the family, I guess, wasn't informed. They have one brother. Apparently their parents are gone, but they have one brother who lives in New York City. He, hadn't heard from them once they got over there, and he was worried, so he started trying to make phone calls, this and that. Took him a month to find out through, like, the embassy, the U.S. embassy helping him, and blah, 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 and they found out that they, in fact, were dead, and they were killed at this facility that they paid money to be killed at. And it kind of makes you wonder, like, did they really do this on purpose? Did somebody force their hand? Well, guess what came out, and I don't think I told you this part.
no.
She had a $1 million home, the doctor lady, and she had made arrangements to put it into, like, a trust fund for her brother or something. So she had already, so it was legit. I mean, they legitimately chose this. So she already planned to, leave him her $1 million home. But I haven't heard anything about why. And what blows my mind too is that, to me, suicide is something that is so fleeting. Like, you might feel like, I want to die. Like, I need to die. I have no more purpose here on earth. I can't stand it anymore. This place is terrible. I'm over it. And so I'm going to plan to go to this place and have myself killed. Okay, cool. Well, not cool, but you know what I mean. You would think like 8 months later, think 8 months later that you'd be like, oh God, what am I doing? Have I really still decided this? And not only that, but like to do it with your sister, you would think like at some point one of them would be like, hey, maybe we better not do this. Yeah, that's a good idea. Why don't we not do this? You know, but no, they were still staunchly like,
Thelma and Louise.
we're going to die, damn it. And nobody's going to stop us. Like, okay. But I am curious. I hope that suicide notes come out.
There's something weird about this story.
You still think it's weird? I do think it's...
Well, here's the thing, too. I mean, you said, they give mental evaluations. How much of a mental evaluation are they going to do? Because here's the thing. Right. Ultimately, this is a business.
They want your money.
And they want your money.
Right.
They're not going to be like, oh, yeah, please don't do that so we don't get paid.
Right.
I mean, how much...
right, they'd be losing out on $22,000.
Here's how that probably goes. Hey, you want to die? Yes. Okay, well, you passed your mental evaluation. Let's go in here and kill your ass.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably how it goes. So.
Yeah, I can't imagine. But yeah, look that up. I mean, it'll tell, like, Swiss Suicide Facility or something. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Like... I would hope it's beautiful for $11,000, but Jesus, like...
Yeah, it's not like you're offing yourself at the hotel, you know, right, the Motel 6 or something.
I mean, how sad is that, though? It's so sad. Like, again, like, I get that, I just hope they left a note, some sort of note, some sort of email, something, and I hope the public gets to know, because I'm just so amazed that you would... still want to go through with that after how many, like 8 months of making that decision. It's just wild to me.
I think in 8 months there had been a question, even if you like had some sort of form of mental illness, like you would still question, like, like
even when things are at their worst, like still you'd think, oh, I'm gonna miss, going to the beach, or I'm gonna miss my dog, or I'm gonna miss, I guess they just had nothing in life that made them feel the need to stay, I guess. I don't know. Very, very odd.
Who are we to judge? But I mean, that is very peculiar.
But
I mean,
it's sad. It's horribly sad, but it's just so bizarre.
This is another good example. Like, you've did tons of these stories I've sat through, and it's just a good example of how mental illness still is not taken seriously enough in this country. And, so you have people flying out of this country to kill themselves whenever, if we had the foundation work laid in this country to give the proper attention to mental illness, maybe people would have to do stuff like this, or maybe they could get some sort of help before it's too late. But
for sure,
don't want to sound preachy. I don't want to bring everybody down with this anti-life conversation before. Don't want to get flagged from YouTube either.
But don't do it. Don't go to Switzerland. I mean, and don't do it yourself either. It's just not worth it. Like,
and real honestly,
remember that this feeling will pass. It honestly does. I mean, he and I both been there, and we felt those feelings, and it's just not worth it.
Biggest mistake I ever made too, because at my very darkest. Mm-hmm. My grandpap used to say, for every window that closes, a door opens. And he was, I used to, whatever.
Yeah,
bullshit.
You're full of shit.
Totally fucking right, man.
But once you wind up on the other side of things,
once
you
you're
can
in the
look back
when you're
go,
in the yard
oh
peeking
gosh.
into the, into the shit pile that used to be your life, you're like, I wouldn't be in this place right now that I am if I didn't go through all that other shit. Right. And I'm at the best possible place I could ever be. And I'm where I've ever always wanted to be. So look what you would miss if you took that route. So.
Right.
And real honestly, cats, if you kill yourself, you can't have Ecto Cooler. So there's no Ecto Cooler in hell.
No, there's not.
But there is in heaven. That's heaven on earth.
On that note, what else we got? Oh, you know what? Since we're on, I guess, a bit of a dour, I want to kind of do we're not big Foo Fighter fans by any means, but we just found out today that Taylor Hawkins, is that his name?
Yes.
Taylor Hawkins died. He actually drummed for Alanis Morissette, and I didn't.
Coheed.
And I
right?
What?
Then he wasn't even Coheed?
Yeah, and then we found out, I didn't know this, but he played drums on Coheed's, what's that album I love?
Is that 4?
Yes, 4. I forget. It has a big long name, but anywho, and he toured with them a bit, and I mean, I've heard good things about him from people in the industry, and everybody does seem to respect him a lot, and It's just so sad. Only 50 years old, and
That's pretty early to be checking out.
yeah, we don't know. And I feel bad for Dave Grohl, like losing Kurt Cobain and all that, the way that went down, you know. And geez, I just feel bad. Poor Dave Grohl. And then not only that, they're in freaking Bogota, Colombia. I mean, that's got to be one of the worst places to die. And then now we got to get your body back to the United States, and it's a whole debacle. And oh gosh. So my heart goes out to everybody who loved that man, and it's just terrible. Terrible tragedy. R.I.P.
Rest in peace.
There we go.
Well, that's it for the Depravity this week. Xtina will have some more next time, cats. Just we're going to call quits for this week. I think we've given you enough show. If
Sure.
not, we always got to leave you wanting more. So
Absolutely.
we will see you again next time, cats. Until then, peace and love. Peace and love.
Hi guys, we are live at the Pinball PA in Hopewell Township, Pennsylvania, near Aliquippa. This place is amazing. We're going to give you a tour. If you know 13 to maybe 17-year-old Xtina, you're going to see that the restrooms and hallways are pretty much decorated like her bedroom was. I'm going to give you a little tour. It's getting real loud out there, so we're just going to say hi here. Say hi, Mikey. Oh, that's not Mikey, that's Balls. Who the heck is Mikey? The secret's out. Alright guys, ready? We're going to flip you around and give you a little bit of a tour. Okay, while there's nobody in the men's room, I'll show you around. As you see, we have some super 80s posters here, and some, lots of hair metal. Definitely looking like Xtina's, 13-year-old Xtina's bedroom. Wow, look at that. I definitely wasn't at that show yet, but there's some Slaughter posters. Definitely had that one on my wall. Take you into the little ladies' room here. We got some Rick Springfield. Gotta have Motley Crue, of course. That was my jam. Rat. Little Billy Ocean. Lionel. Oh yeah. Cheap Trick. Gotta love it. Oh my goodness, they even have the Weird Al BUHF poster. Alright. Xtina's gotta use the little girls' room here, and I'll take you through the facilities. Got the Iron Maiden game. At this giant pinball thing. It's absolutely insane. There's all kinds of cool stuff. Tron. We got Boss playing games. Of course he's playing Monster Bash. Right? We got the Sopranos. This one's fun. This place is unbelievable. Oh, we got RoboCop. Gotta have some Dracula. The old Playboy. We got the old 70s style machines going on here. That's pretty cool. Oh, we have another Elvira. Dungeons and Dragons for my real nerds. That's just one aisle, guys. This is insanity. Let me take you down the next one. If you like old video games, you're gonna love that. Let's get through here again. We'll go see. Oh yeah, you gotta see the wall, of course. Again, very hi boss. Very Xtina friendly here. We got some Ramones, old school heavy metal stuff. If you like old games, we got all kinds of stuff here. We got Space Pool. Look at these. That's what's called old school, huh? Let's get down here. We got some crazy looking tables. Got your Pac-Mans, every kind of Pac-Man you could ever want. The Journey game, my goodness. Tron, the old school Tron. Rampage. This is unbelievable. House of the Dead. Oh, they got that's the Tron I remember, the one you sat in. Go in there. Check out it. Whoa, remember that? One of my favorites, Galaga, Space Invaders. Oh yeah, I'll be playing that shortly. Gotta love that. The old school bubble hockey. More Galaga. All kinds of old games here. We got really old pinball games. These got to be from like the 40s or 50s. These are really cool. Check these out. I mean, it is aisles and aisles and rows of, amazement. Absolutely amazement. Now, it is a little pricey. You can play for, if you bring 3 or more people, you get in for about, I guess, $20 a pop for about 2 hours. It's totally worth it. I mean, imagine, like, this is just one guy running this place. He's a really cool guy, old metalhead guy. It's really fun. So, like, you know, imagine the cost that it takes to just even run the electricity in this place. Good Lord. I don't think I'd want to see that bill for sure. But, so I think it's worth it for that. It's worth to support your local, local business owners, too. Old school ski ball. So, good guys, I'm gonna go play some games. Hope you enjoyed the tour.